Pisces.
Hello everyone, welcome to your March forecast, that of 2015. Before we start today, there's a couple of little news lines, and I want to give a shout out to one specific person out there that has come to my attention, brought to me by many of you, and thank you for that. But one of you out there, probably listening now, has uploaded, or should I say, downloaded my videos and uploaded them to their channel as their own content. And that's not cool. That's not the way we do it on YouTube. But to the rest of you, not even for you who did this, you might not, be well versed in how YouTube works. But you're all free to take my channel and feature it as a favorite channel on your YouTube page, or you can embed the code and put it on your webpage. That is perfectly fine. But it is not cool to download and upload it as your own. So hopefully you won't be doing that now for this month in March. I would rather not have to go around the whole YouTube system to get them down. So anyway, then the good news also here this month for you is that we have now a newsletter that I want you to sign up for. You're going to see the sign up form right here, and we are going to be giving away a free private reading every month. So when you sign up, we can draw your name. And it's easy, just your first name, don't need the last name, just your first name and your email. And I want to thank all of you who's already found your way to my website even before it has been announced. So there's already a huge sign up for it. And the other good thing is, it's when I address you here every month, I do it through 12 different channels, because you're in 12 different signs. Through the newsletter, I can reach all of you with new content, new videos, which I will be posting to the newsletter only, not here on YouTube, but you will get those things, all those goodies here on the newsletter. So be sure to sign up here now. It's just to pause the video, click the sign up button, come back, and then re-listen to what now is coming up for you here in March. Hello Pisces, happy birthday. This is your forecast for March 2015. And what have you been cooking? That's what I want to ask. It looks like whatever it has been here as of late, it looks like there's some new concepts, new ideas, new creativity, something that's wanting to come out, to be expressed. You already were on a roll with this here in February. Actually, it started in January here, I feel, for you. But February was a month here where a lot of that now came to the forefront. But here now in March, it's like now you're going to take some action. Where Venus and Mars was for you in February, all this creative energy, Venus and Mars in your sign coming out, that's got to be great. It's just like I get all this bubbly energy here for you. And now you're looking at the financial aspects, because a lot of what you were thinking, or maybe working at, cooking on, is now coming to the financial aspect. And you can start seeing how this month might just turn a lot of things around for you. Venus and Mars in your second house for income in the sign of Aries. Think about Aries as the entrepreneur, the one that initiates, begins new things. So I feel that whatever it is you're bringing out now is going to have a long-term effect on your income. And there might be some surprises for you here this month that might just come to change things up, both expectedly but also unexpectedly. And that's because both planets are going to be touching upon Uranus, which has been in your second house for some time. And Venus is going to go first, and the following week Mars is going to come to that very same spot and initiate and trigger too. So what I'm changing up here while we're talking about dates is I'm posting a separate video for the March calendar. And this is all the dates. You know how I've done it in the past. I'll talk about the planets, the houses, the aspects, and then the dates. But I've heard you, I've had several inquiries whether I could do a separate, just for the dates itself, so it's easier to follow. So I'll do that at the end of this video. I'll post a direct link to that video, and you do really want to listen to it here, Pisces. Why? Because this month, especially because it's your birth month, but because it is a busy month. We have 16 dates with transits this month, as opposed to last month. It was kind of calm, it was more quiet, but this month here in March, it's going to be back to back with activity. So you definitely want to take out your notepad and write those dates down. The days which is good to lay low, the other days to kind of kick into action, and then the oh my god surprise dates that are in there. And of course, that will also put you in the direction of the romantic days too. So more on that later here at the end of the video. But having Venus and Mars in Aries, it's also you romantically and how you're going to be acting and reacting this month, because Aries is the one that initiates, it pursues. You know, it's ruled by Mars. And Mars is in this sign too, so there's a lot of oomph and power and drive as you are more bold, you're more forward going, you're expressing your needs a little bit clearer to the people around you. And that's when they know where you're coming from, because you don't always verbalize or voice too much. Pisces, you're a fish, you're under the ocean, right? So in that being said, now is the time for you to actually come out, show the world what you're doing. And I think they will be quite excited to see what it is you have managed to manifest. We have Mercury too. It's still lingering in the 12th house. It's the karmic house. It's in the sign of Aquarius. Now, the 12th house for you is easy because you rule that area, so you know the energy really well. So for you, having Mercury there, it's you attuning to that inner self, the higher self, the communication you have ongoing with your spirit guides and so forth. And the Aquarian energy, that Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, so you might just get even more incredible new ideas or concepts that can come down the pipeline. So make sure that you write them down, because you might be so busy you might not have time to actually act upon these ideas. But later down the road you could. So you don't want to lose them along the roadside. Now, we have the new moon this month. It's at the very late degree here in Pisces of 29 degrees. So it's just transitioning into Aries, right between the second house and the third house. I'm sorry, the first house and the second house. Sorry. What that is going to do for you is, first of all, it's going to start these new seeds growing in your consciousness. That's what the first house is about. It's the essence of you. Now, pay attention to what is going on throughout March. You will see these seeds being planted. It's going to have the power to carry you through the entire year. But even more so important, this new moon is going to be on March 20th, and on the very same day we're going to have a total solar eclipse. So eclipses kind of eliminates old things. It's shutting the door to the old so you can get into the new. And it's so timely that we have the new moon intention seeding the new. So it's going to be very exciting here, March 20th, what it's going to do for you. And then it's going to fire you up straight from that first house directly into your second house for income. And I think you're going to see some pretty, should I say, immediate changes to your income after the 20th. So that's where Venus and Mars is. I'll take that back, because on the 18th, Venus is moving out of this area, but it's prepared the path for you. Venus is then moved into Taurus, your third house for communication, and but it's bringing along with it everything now that you have done, and now it's going to be communicating the values, the situations that you have created, and now you're going to be more in the limelight, communicating about those new things. Any talks that you need to have, any presentations that you will need after the 20th, I'd say is the best, because then you have the power of the new moon. You will have Venus now in your third house, and I wouldn't be surprised there might be some interviews coming up for you, because you have Saturn in the 10th spot up in your career house, and this is where you're reaching for the stars. It's like everything you've been working for the last 28 years. This is your time to reap. You're blessed with the crown of Saturn. Saturn will definitely be bringing things to you, so that at the end of this phase, 2.5 years from now, you will see exactly what you have been able excuse me, to manifest, right? But speaking of Saturn, it's going to retrograde this month on March 15th. So slowly, it's still in your 10th house, but slowly it's going to retrograde back over 4 degrees of where it's at currently in Sagittarius, back into Scorpio. And that's where it was for the last 2.5 years, where you were expanding out to the world at large, thinking in big terms, right, which you were. You're going to go back into it, and you're going to see if there's anything that you can retrieve. You were expanding maybe to the point where things were happening pretty fast, and you weren't able to embrace all the influences. So second chances coming up. This will be for the next 4 to 5 months. And then when Saturn goes direct again, it will slowly but surely come back up into that 10th house. And that is when it's going to be stable for the next 2.5 years. So it's exciting, Pisces, here for you to see what it is you are building, planning, and bringing out to the world. And I feel a lot of it can have impact on major groups and organizations, because your Pluto is there in that 11th house. That means that, you know, wherever Pluto touches, we have this rebirthing energy, transformation. So somehow you're working on transforming groups as you are transforming yourself alongside with it. Jupiter in Leo for you, it's good. You must have seen how your day-to-day routines have eased up a little bit. Do you feel that even though you're still busy, you're always busy, Pisces? To the day you're out of here, you'll always be creating and doing something and dedicating your time towards those goals. However, though, Jupiter here now must have eased up a little bit on your daily routine, so that you could feel that you can partake a little bit more in having maybe time off or doing those things that you love to do. That's the 6th house where Jupiter is cruising. And now next month it will stop its retrograde phase, and it will be moving forward again. And so that will start picking up speed throughout the rest of summer. And then come summer, you're going to see major shifts and changes coming into how you are with people on a one-on-one basis, relationships and so forth, but more on that down the road. But talking about that area of relationships, this is where you're going to have the full moon this month. That's going to be March 5th. It's going to illuminate the 7th house for you, your partner, your marriage, your spouse. If you're single, it might just illuminate that too. And put it in the limelight so that things can be shifted or worked with, I feel. So it should be a good one. I feel there's going to be a lot of perhaps reflection, as being in the sign of Virgo. Virgo loves to think, maybe sometimes overthink, but it likes to analyze. So you might be analyzing what relationships really are for you here on March 5th. It's exciting with the solar, the total solar eclipse, the new moon here, 20th, full moon here on the 5th. Now, I'd like you to go to sign up for the newsletter so you can have these fresh videos each month coming into your email, so you don't have to go online search for them. It's easy peasy right there. All you need is your first name and then your email address, and also it will give you an entry to win a free private reading consultation here with me, and the winner will be announced in the next forecast. And I'll get in touch with you and call you for that reading. And then, of course, now here, click on your March calendar for the transits so that you know even more what's coming up for you here now this month, Pisces, and I will see you next month. Bye now.